Okay, thank you for being here. We are in Hebrews chapter 2, looking at these verses right here, continuing. But I just want to kind of give a little advice, little word of admonition, a little bit of encouragement. And everybody's got a perspective of what's going on. We're looking at the Word of God. We're going to go back in Hebrews, the New Testament. We're going to go back to Isaiah, look at some verses there. So Hebrews is being written 63, 66 AD, right before Jerusalem's going to be destroyed. They're quoting verses from Isaiah, who himself is speaking of a coming destruction, and he is being overlooked by the culture and is warned, don't follow the way of the culture because they're coming towards disaster. And chapter 8 of what we'll look at in Isaiah is a turning point for Judah and the monarchy or the house of David as far as a historical turning point. And we are kind of at the same place as we know in our culture. We got to keep our eye on the Word of God. We are part of this culture. We're part of this age. We're contributing, but our kingdom is in another age. We are in the world, of course, but not of the world. And so we need to make sure we do not, call conspiracy what they call conspiracy and all the plans they've got. Don't get caught up in that. And, there is right and there is wrong. There's reality, and then there's a false philosophy. We want to always find the truth, find God's revelation, find God's institutions, and follow what God has established. But we get in a confusing time in our culture, and sometimes people don't know exactly what they're following, where they're going, and they're trying to solve problems without having an ultimate picture of God, Jesus Christ, the purpose of God. And it can become confusing. Even in these verses, we're going to see Jesus is going to be talked about as suffering in order to make him perfect. We'll talk about what that means here. He is going to have to suffer. And bringing many sons to glory, he's going to have to suffer. So there's times in Isaiah's life, in the early church's life,